Right, what is going on, everyone? This is your boy, the MC Tamil 1, Tanveer Syed, Pan Tiger 01, also known as the Bengal Dragon, here to give you your GFW Destination X 2017 review, which is basically a special edition of Impact Wrestling, which aired live August 17, 2017. Right, without further ado, let's get straight to it. It starts with a new opening video because last time you saw like basically a highlight package of like all the people who were in Impact Wrestling. Right now you have more of a focus on the entire globe, which okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll see. Lastly shown arriving in the arena with American Top Team as Jeff Jarrett was shown shaking Dan Lambert's hand. Next, Destination X hype video is shown, which is done pretty well. So here we go. Main show. Okay. Random white girl. Shout out to Conan because right now Mackenzie Mitchell, you're random white girl number 5 to me. So random white girl number 5 outside Bruce Pritchard's office. The door slightly opened and closed, and he said like he'll never believe who's there with him inside. They never actually revealed this, but maybe next week or maybe tonight. It was gonna happen tonight. Okay, whatever. Next, we get a shot of the crowd, which was actually kind of like energetic and lively, which was like this has become the norm of these live shows. And yes, yeah, the crowd got like wait, there's a there's a part in this. Oh my god, there is a part in this show, dude. The your strongest heel faction had the biggest reaction in uh, in the show tonight, on the show tonight. Oh my god. Okay, so we get to opening match. I'll get to that when it happens. Excuse me, just I don't know, if, like just been having these weird neck issues of late. But anyways, so opening match, knockouts title match, Gail Kim versus Sienna, with KM ringside for Sienna. So like me personally, I don't have a problem with the placement of the match because the matches you saw here, they were actually like, apart from one match which was a debut match, all the other matches they were actually good. Okay, so 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 JB and Josh Matthews were shown on the commentary with the Pope not there anymore, and it seems like he left on good terms because like I think so he uh, he mentioned some he indicated that he had some very good times with Impact Wrestling. But I but yeah, I guess well yeah, it's time to move on. Well, hopefully it was Josh Matthews who left, but whatever. Well, Pope, I enjoyed watching you or listening to your commentary. Trust me. Hope you hope you end up in a like wherever you go. Hope you end up in a very satisfying role in whatever you do. Okay. Okay. So the highlights of the match. Kim like started the offense immediately. Hits a hits a jawbreaker and a head scissors takedown. Kim hit an inverted DDT coming out of a crucifix. Sienna hit something like a gourd buster on the stairs. Sienna hits a clothesline. Sienna hits a backbreaker to a follow slam. Kim sunset flip powerbomb. Kim's clothesline. the corner corkscrew cross body block. It looked like she took a little bit of time to get in there. Kim hits the eat defeat. KM interferes to distract the referee. And all of a sudden, someone hits the ring, like, with her back turned. And who is it? Who is it? Then she turns around and hits the Terran Cutter. That's right, people. Terran Terrell has returned to Impact Wrestling. Yes! And renewing her rivalry with Gail Kim, I'll presume. And what a way to go for Gail Kim. A final feud with Terran Terrell. What a way to go. If this is what Impact Wrestling has planned, kudos to you, sir. Kudos to you, Anthem. Okay, Sienna hits the AK-47 for the 3 count. And this was a good way to start Impact. A return, a pleasant return for true TNA fans. Okay. And then we see Terran Terrell slowly crawling over to Gail Kim, and Terrell mounting Gail Kim like, she's going to ride a strap on or something. But, oh man. Okay. Just for that, plus 0.25. You show him, GFW. Push the limits of TV14. Push the limits of TV14. Okay, so next someone shown is arriving into the ring with the suit coat on. The face is not shown. Go to break. Come back. Seidel backstage. Seidel says he's reborn Matt Seidel. Wonder if Matt Hardy tweeted him. And it says he will make Lashley know his name. Next. Pritchard comes to the ring to address the world title situation. And says the past year has been great and the next year will be bigger and better. Reads the statement. And basically, which mentions that, says that El Patron has has voluntarily surrendered the GFW title. And and there's something about future endeavors. I'm like, wait a minute. Is Pritchard saying he's fired? And then, they said, I have the authority to put the belt on anyone, basically. You heard some Eli Drake chants. You heard some good, I won't say huge, but a decent Eli Drake. Eli Drake! No. Something else as well. Eli Drake chants. And says the GFW title will return to its former owner. And like Lashley. Introduces Lashley. Lashley's music plays. But Jim Cornette comes out? I know some of you fans absolutely hate Jim Cornette. And I can understand why. I can understand. But this is here's where I am on this whole Jim Cornette situation. This is a new beginning of sorts, if you will, for Impact Wrestling. Jim Cornette had a substantial time away from a major promotion. So maybe he has learned from his mistakes, and I'm willing to give him another chance. He's not as bad as Vince Russo, because Vince Russo, even after giving him a second chance with NWA TNA, you saw what happened. Well, Vince Russo and Dixie Carter and Eric Bischoff. Okay. But yeah, I'm willing. Let's see where this goes. And the first, like I said, I'm going to be critical of his decisions. At least on TV, I'm going to be critical of his decisions because he has come in with not a favorable reputation in the wrestling world. Although recent comments that he made about Kenny Omega and all the stuff about how fake he makes pro wrestling look has some legitimacy to it. Really has some legitimacy to it. You can't be wrestling a 9-year-old girl. And this is why, look, I understand why, I'm starting to understand why Crazy Steve never revealed himself on TV or on, like, on wrestling programming to be someone with a visual impairment. Because the moment he does that, if he wins any match, it will ruin the credibility of wrestling. It will kill kayfabe. Because remember, wrestling is supposed to be simulated combat. How much do you see? How many blind people do you see in the UFC or in Bellator? Or like people with severe visual impairments. So that's why. I understand why Crazy Steve did that. But for doing what he's doing, shout out to Crazy Steve. Shout out to him, because I'm someone who has trained in pro wrestling, and I understand even as a visually impaired person, the risks get even greater because you then start to rely a lot on your sixth sense. Anyways, I digress. Moving on. Okay, Cornette calls himself a corporate specialist and says he's a representative of management. And says Anthem is new. And says Anthem is new to pro wrestling, and I've dealt with some people in the wrong way and whatnot. And says he was called to fix some problems. The crowd was a bit weird at this point because I couldn't make out what they were saying. And no, I don't have no surround sound or whatnot. I just have whatever comes with my TV. I couldn't understand. I couldn't quite pick up what the crowd was saying. So if anyone, please do not post any spoilers. Do not post any spoilers. At this Destination X, if anyone knows what the crowd exactly said, during the Pritchard Cornette segment, please post in the comment section. But Cornette says that he was called to fix some problems. Pritchard basically says no one outranks him. Security comes out. Cornette says Bruce Pritchard pushes people around and people are getting sick of Bruce Pritchard. And Cornette says yeah, no one outranks you or whatnot. I don't Pritchard says you can't give me orders or you can boss me around. Cornette says, yeah, I can't boss you around because to boss you around you must be employed. So I came here to say you're fired. And this erupted some big cheers from the crowd. And fans actually chant, get the fuck out. And Cornette hold on people, let's watch our language. And he does something, I think he takes the mic off or something, and he says, now get the hell out. Pritchard escorted out of the ring. And Cornette says, just to clarify, El Patron was stripped of the belt. And says, no one will be given anything and they will have to fight for it. Okay, so guys, over here what I read into this. Anthem Media, first of all, they listen. They are listening to their fans. A lot of wrestling fans were salty that El Patron just got the belt just like that. This was, I believe, an acknowledgement. That, they will have to fight for it. Next, he said, GFW wrestlers will have to prove in the ring that they're talented and outside of the ring that they can carry themselves in a professional fashion. That was a shot at El Patron because that indicated that GFW was not happy with El Patron's behavior. What I think caused it, all those shots he took at WWE, like you know, like all those shots he took on Instagram and whatnot, like cussing out WWE and all that. I think, okay, I'm not certain, but I think that might have factored into it. Although he could have been told not to do that right there. I don't know why GFW took so long. But anyways, this also, this also sparked a little curiosity with me. Does El Patron return as a heel, as a member of LAX, who finally sees the light? If so, then yes, I'll be very happy with it. And then next week there'll be a 20 man gauntlet match for the world title. So like I'm all right with this decision. Like I would have preferred the Bound for Glory series, but okay. Instead of like Bruce Pritchard saying that we're just gonna give the belt to Lashley, Cornette says, "Fuck that." First of all, Bruce Pritchard, brother love, you're fired. And next, we're gonna have a gauntlet, and the winner of that will be the world champion. And we have 1 week is gone. 11 more shows, I believe, till Bound for Glory. LAX comes out. Go to break. Come back. LAX confront Cornette. Because remember, tonight, El Patron was supposed to face Loki in a world title match. Did not happen. And the fans were behind LAX. Conan says this is not how you're gonna do it. Loki should be the number one contender, and he should face the gauntlet winner because he was already the number one contender here. And Conan has a point. And Conan says, Cornette, you're a lying, you're a lying bastard, and you're something like that, and you're not gonna screw over Loki. Huge Loki chance. Key says he smells fear in Cornette. Cornette says it's a corporate decision. And Cornette says that, it's a corporate decision. However, to ease the situation for you, Loki, I'm going to give you the best situation possible. I'm going to make you number 20. I'm going to make you number 20. Pepsi, by the way. Like, so you have the best chance at winning this belt. And Cornette says next. Cornette says, if anyone lays a hand on him, those people will be in jail. Okay. Conan has an epic fucking comeback. Guys, go watch this. Go watch this. Something about, our people run the penitentiary and whatnot. Like, man, guys, if this is on YouTube, I will go watch it again. Like, if it comes out on YouTube and when it comes out, I will go watch it again. Hats off to you. Push that PV-14 limit, GFW. Push that limit. And the crowd was so into it, man. This felt energetic. Conan you still got it, homie, on the mic. You still got it. Badass. Conan reminds Cornette time and time again, do not double cross LAX. And you know what? Given the reaction, I want Loki to win the belt and Eli Drake take that belt off Loki at Bound for Glory. Guys, let me know. Second thing to comment about. If Loki wins the belt, do not post spoilers. Please do not post spoilers. If Loki wins the belt, if Eli Drake takes the belt off Loki at Bound for Glory, how would that be? Next, Super X Cup final. So good. Like what the segment led to. Good. Good. I liked it. Super X Cup finals. Ishimori versus Desmond Xavier. Okay, I'm a bit calmer right now that I did not get to see a certain appearance, but let's get to the highlights of the match. But so after they come out to get a break, come back. Okay. So Xavier's athletic spots and drop kick. Ishimori backflip to spinning head scissors. His inverted atomic drop. Okay, over here, Impact Wrestling announces the commentators announce expansion of the Impact Wrestling availability. Like they're gonna expand in a few more countries, I believe, Egypt, Germany, and a few other countries. I thought they already aired in Germany, but Egypt, Germany, and whatnot. Like they're gonna add more content and whatnot, and they're gonna start the GFW network. It's a bit too not too late. They're kind of late to the dance, but whatever. Better late than never, I say. And it, guys, you know me. If that happens, I am buying the network. Especially if they carry the amped anthology. Look, if they carry the amped anthologies, the live streaming of the amped anthologies on the network, I will review them as well. The pay-per-views, I will give you detailed reviews as well. Because the way it happens right now, for me, a lot of times I have to pause and go back and then play, pause and go back and then play. Yeah, it's a bit hard to do sometimes. In watching it, like like a few times when you like some ways when you watch it in someone else's house or like someone else's device or something like that. It's a bit hard to do. But yeah, maybe I'll not give you Explosion reviews because Explosion is just one match, but we'll see. Let the content come out. We'll see. Let the network come out. We'll see. Okay, so sorry. Getting back to this match. Ishimori's chops. Ishimori's springboard meteora. His double knees in the corner. His flapjack. It looked kind of botchy. Xavier's striking combo to cutter. Xavier's drop kick to a standing moonsault. Hits a stiff basement dropkick to Ishimori's back. Ishimori's shotgun dropkick. Ishimori's back handspring spinning wheel kick. That looked good. Corner stomp, the float over stomp. Hits the tombstone long blower. And hits a knife 450 to a long 2 count. Then Xavier hits a backflip and the Gyuri for a 3 count. This is a bit underwhelming for a finish, but whatever. The rest of the match was actually pretty good. I wanted to see the final flash, but it was decent enough. It fell a little short because I wanted to see the final flash, and the ending was a bit abrupt. I don't know why. Maybe they're getting rid of the final flash because it's a AJ Styles finisher. I don't know. They just have a pile driver or so. Oh, pile driver. Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't know. Have something else. A spring, a backflip, and the Gyuri. Nah. Anyways, but it took some points out of the show rating. Okay, Xavier shakes Ishimori's hands and does the bowing, and Xavier says he or anyone else will never forget this moment. And says he will come for X title whoever wins the belt tonight. Okay. Next we go backstage. Karen Jarrett is confronted by Pritchard as they're shouting at each other, and Karen Jarrett says you'll never set foot in Impact Wrestling again. As Bruce Pritchard was escorted out of the building. And he kept saying, "You have not seen the last of me." So maybe this leads to a Pritchard angle. You never know. Go to break. Okay. By the way, it was nice to hear Impact Wrestling give Ric Flair the best wishes for speedy recovery on live TV. people might have forgotten. Ric Flair actually worked for that company as well. Maybe like perhaps took the company on a ride for a ride, but Ric Flair worked for that company as well. Come back. Grado was backstage with Joseph Parks, and it looks like Grado is leaving, and and Parks says next week you're gonna buck up. You're gonna say goodbye to the Impact Wrestling fans in the ring, and you're not gonna be one of the marks that go on Twitter and Facebook, and not gonna write something in the poop sheets. You are going to go in the ring like a man, buck up, and say your goodbye. Oh man, we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. Maybe LVN comes last moment like, man, I'll marry you. And then, guys, look, whatever happens, look, a very good angle can be that revealing that LVN is Canadian, and like security comes out, dressed in like pseudo immigration officer, immigration airport staff, taking him out, and uh one of the guys goes to the announcers and says or I don't know, someone comes out with the microphone, says that I don't know who told you that marrying LVN would work because LVN is Canadian, and Canadians work on a visa here, or something like that. Like, you can't marry a Canadian and get a U.S. citizenship. Okay, next. Ladder match. For the X title. Trevor Lee versus Sanjay Dutt. So the highlights of the match were Sanjay Dutt's shoulder block, big Beal, another Beal, snap Hurricane Rana. Okay. Dutt's baseball slide, kick to Lee to the ladder. No, to the ladder, sending it to Lee's face on the outside. Dutt's Asai moonsault to the outside. Lee running soccer kick. He gets one ladder set in the ring. He hits a nasty, tilt-a-whirl powerbomb type move on Sanjay Dutt. That looked nasty, man. Go to break. Come back. Lee's jumping a double stomp. I like to call it the dropkick stomp. Lee gets out a table. This I like because remember, ladder matches are no DQ matches. Have a chair. Have a table. A ladder match, the only main stipulation is that you have to climb a ladder to unhook the belt. Okay, and by the way, I've heard GFW got new belts. In the comment section, let me know what do you think of how the belts look. Me personally, I don't pay attention to how the belts look. Like I'm legally blind. I'm visually impaired. I pay attention, more more of the stuff that's happening in the ring. I don't necessarily it never catches my eye. What the world title looks like. It never catches my eye, unless it's something really horrible like that old X Division title, which was it was green. It had It looked like it had a lot of fungus growing all over it. I heard they got all new titles, so we'll see where it goes. Dutt hits a tornado DDT off the table. Dutt sets up a table. Lee gets a second ladder. Then Lee was propped on a ladder, which was propped between the ropes, and Sanjay Dutt hits a splash on Lee. Okay, Caleb Conley comes out and powerbomb Sanjay Dutt through a table. Guys, remember I told you, if you're going to have an X Division returning star, it's going to be in this match. But Caleb Conley is not a returning star. Oh my god, okay. Then, it's not a returning X Division. Wait, I don't think Caleb Conley was ever an X Division champion. Because remember, they said that an X Division champion will return to reset the scene or something like that. Reset himself in the division or something like that. And guess who comes out? The Canadian Destroyer, Petey fucking Williams, comes out, hits the Canadian Destroyer, I believe on Caleb Conley. Man, the crowd went nuts because guys, Petey Williams announced his retirement I believe a year or two ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a year ago. Like it's before this year. He came out of retirement for one more run at the X title. Yes, yes, guys. There were some very good moments with Petey Williams. Impact Wrestling at one point. Impact Wrestling believed big time in Petey Williams, and it is so great to see Petey Williams back here again. And it is good to see Petey Williams use the Canadian Destroyer. And this is why Petey Williams would not have worked in WWE, because a pile driver is a banned move. Pile driver is a absolutely banned move in WWE. Petey Williams, one of the things that sets him apart is his finisher. You cannot remove the Canadian Destroyer from Petey Williams. So it's great to see him back in GFW. Okay, so Dutt and Lee fight on top of the ladder. Dutt pushes Trevor Lee, who falls onto another ladder, was propped up against the corner, and retains. Yes, they had some shots of Petey Williams, but yes, Sanjay Dutt, the right result happened. Sanjay Dutt retained the world title. And guys, no, the speculations were all over the place. Austin Aries. Even I said, like, at the end I said, maybe it's DJZ, because DJZ he was injured. Maybe it's DJZ. Nope, it's Petey Williams. Love it. Petey Williams was still on top of the ramp. Great match. Go to break. Come back. Random White Girl number 5 was back with Lashley backstage. Lashley says he's not an X Division guy and will destroy this kid. And says he knows what his opponent's name is. Loser. Just walks away. So 2 random guys in the ring. Okay, we get the OVE debut. Now all of these guys are new to me, so I'll just tell you what I thought about this, because it was kind of hard to follow the action. It was a decent enough debut. That's how, let's just leave it at that. It wasn't completely trash, but it was a decent enough debut. It could have been a bit more emphatic, but it was decent enough. Although I'm not too thing on their finisher. It's a high-low with kicks. But yeah, OVE has shown up. Ohio, formerly known as Ohio, is for killers. So pretty good. Next, backstage. Okay. Now here, Jim Cornette. Okay, guys, remember? And shout out to Robert. Robert does wrestling once more. He pointed this out, that Tyrus was mad with Impact Wrestling not going to show up. This was probably a work. He pointed this out. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure like the guy who was backstage looked like Tyrus to me. Although who else could that be? Because that guy looked like Tyrus. But yeah, Jim Cornette confronted by EC3 and Tyrus says that we want to be in the gauntlet match. You have a world title thing going on. We're not in it. We want to be in it. Cornette says, you know what? You two are Impact's wrestling. 20 like 2 of Impact Wrestling's talent. You kind of put them in the top 20. Although I don't know about Tyrus, but okay, fine. They're in the you need your big man in the gauntlet. In a gauntlet match, you need a big man, I guess. So he says, okay, you're in the gauntlet. Then we get Chris Adonis and Eli Drake. Chris Adonis and Eli Drake confront Jim Cornette. And when Eli Drake confronted Jim Cornette, the crowd popped. And whenever Eli Drake said Eli Drake, The fans said it with him. The fans said it with him. So more and more people want Eli Drake to be champion. And wait, guys, something just hit me. Okay, because these are not spoilers. Of course, these are not spoilers because the past event. Reporting on a past event is not a spoiler. Okay. In a house show, Eli Drake mentioned this took shots at El Patron, and he said maybe the champion should be Eli Drake, to which he got a pop. Maybe this was GFW asking Eli Drake to go out there and basically see, test the crowd, how they would react to a world title run by Eli Drake. If this is all setting up how I think it is, we might be delightfully surprised next week. I don't know, maybe tonight they tape the episode for next week, or maybe they're gonna do tomorrow. I don't know. But the 20-man gauntlet match, Eli Drake mouthed off. He cut a pretty decent promo to Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette said, "You know what, Chris Adonis, you're gonna be on the show. No, you're gonna be in the gauntlet. Eli Drake, since you said you're the number one guy here, you're going to enter the gauntlet at number 1." Okay, so Eli Drake enters at number 1. Guys, he is getting a somewhat of a babyface push. Does this, guys? Next thing to comment about, the way Eli Drake was treated tonight, was this a little babyface-ish? Okay. And guys, if he is number 1 and Eli Drake wins, oh man, oh man, yes! Can't wait for next week. Can't wait for next week. Shout out to GFW. They put so much intrigue in next week's show. Next. Okay, the American top team opinions on what Lashley should do is recapped. Go to break. Come back. So we get to a main event. Lashley versus Matt Sydal, the number 1 contendership for a title of their choosing. Okay, Matt Sydal needs a better theme. If he's gonna be a face of the company, Matt Sydal needs a better theme music. Okay, highlights were Lashley's cross body block, Sydal's kicks, Lashley's pop-up power bomb. He went for a second one, but it was a Hurricane Rana. It was Hurricane Rana by Sydal's moonsault. Go to break. Come back. Okay, by the way, the American top team was in the VIP area. Lashley's delayed vertical suplex. Sydal spinning wheel kick. Here's Lashley go for power slam, but Sydal counters it with a tornado DDT. Sydal is a top rope meteora to Lashley. Lashley is a nice spine buster. Lashley counters the inverted DDT attempt with a running power slam, which was good. Oh man, this was guys, go look this up. Lashley hit a Dominator to Matt Sydal, so that Sydal's head landed on Lashley's feet. Guys, I can't think, you said basically showing him where he belongs compared to Bobby Lashley. You belong at that level, the level of my feet. And what a more emphatic way to put him there with a Dominator powerbomb. Guys, this is why, this is one of the reasons I love Bobby Lashley, man. The way he fucking carries himself in the ring, it's unbelievably good. The way he carries himself in and out of the ring as a champion, as a confident champion. And look, we have coming out of Impact, we have a few situations to talk about. Lashley gets the chair. Seidel hits the spinning wheel kick on the chair on Lashley. So first protection, because Lashley did not use the chair. Seidel just hit a spinning wheel kick on the chair on Lashley. So first protection. Seidel hits the shooting star on Lashley's knees. Lashley goes for a spear. And Seidel moves out the way, so Lashley takes the corner pole. So second bit of protection. And Seidel rolls up Lashley and pins him for a quick 3 count. It was kind of quick. So you can kind of say there was a third protection as well. So, and it was a roll-up pin. Our roll-up pins are usually like fluke wins. So you can sort of say there was a fourth layer protection as well. So you know what? Lashley was actually protected on a good number of fronts. Nonetheless, the right person won. I did not want Lashley to win. In fact, I did not want Seidel in this match. But it would be interesting to see like how Lashley lost. I would have liked it if the American Top Team would have turned on him. And one of them hit him with a weapon or something while the referee's back was turned, and that caused Seidel to pick up the win. But nonetheless, in this situation, out of the two, the right person won. The American Top Team were pissed off. ATT jumped rail and attacked the referee. And to close out the show, we get a Johnny Mundo video package shown. He said something I couldn't quite catch what he said. Okay. But overall, I give the show 8.25 out of 10 plus the 0.25 Taryn Terrell bonus, because Taryn Terrell mounting Gail Kim, about to have sex with her or something. Push that limit. 8.5 out of 10. I would have given this a 9 out of 10 if let's say the thing was a bit more emphatic. The OVE debut was a bit more emphatic, and the Super X Cup finish was a bit more emphatic. I would have gone 8.75, even 9 out of 10. But still, very good show. Now, let's talk about certain scenarios. First of all, Johnny Mundo. Johnny Mundo cannot win next week. Cannot win next week or at Bound for Glory. If Johnny Mundo wins, it has to be after Bound for Glory. Oh, by God, it has to be after Bound for Glory. Because if Johnny Mundo wins at Bound for Glory, this will just, guys, to a lot of people, he is still Johnny Nitro. Look, Lashley has been in Impact Wrestling long enough to be an Impact Wrestling guy. He was an Impact Wrestling guy who had his start in WWE. That's how Lashley is seen right now. EC3, Impact Wrestling guy. Eli Drake, Impact Wrestling guy. Johnny Mundo should at least, after Bound for Glory, sometime after Bound for Glory, win the title. Do not put the belt on Johnny Mundo at Bound for Glory. Do not. Otherwise, what Jim Cornette said, you are just going to, make that null and void. That everyone has to earn it. Okay, you earn it. Stay in the company for at least 5 or 6 months and then get the belt. Give Eli Drake a good run, damn it! We're sick and tired of waiting. Now Eli Drake is in the championship gauntlet. We want Eli Drake to win. Next scenario. Did you listen to the reaction Bobby Lashley got in this match? Lashley was almost universally over. People want to cheer for Lashley. So, right now, what you do, going into Bound for Glory, have Lashley build a feud with LAX, or some other faction or some other heels, and like have Patron come out as finally, having seen the light, and like, the newest member of LAX, and have Lashley and El Patron have a mid card match in Bound for Glory. Like a decider for the feud or something like that. If that happens, and use that to turn Lashley face. Or another thing that can happen, Lashley sits out a few of the tapings and then returns at Bound for Glory as a face. Maybe alongside James Storm. Now, James Storm's still in the company. And James Storm, I believe I think he worked one of the house shows as well. I think so. But yeah, those are my thoughts. And that's my review for Impact Wrestling this week. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at TanTiger01. This is the MC Time on the Bengal Dragon signing out.